Alright everyone, welcome back. Isn't it great? It is Formula 1 Grand Prix time. It is the Austrian Grand Prix. Oh well, this is going to be a sea of orange in the grandstands for Max Verstappen this weekend, guys. If you've never seen the Austrian Grand Prix, you're in for a treat here. I mean, Verstappen is, if you believe it or not, he's actually Belgian and Dutch. He's a mix. And Verstappen actually has 2 home Grand Prix, the lucky bastard. Because he's got literally Zandvoort in Holland, which is obviously his main home track. But guys, if you've never seen it, you gotta log in. You've got to watch this weekend and watch the amount of people in the grandstands that are cheering on Verstappen. They've got the smoke bombs going off, orange smoke bombs. They've got the orange t-shirts. The place will be a sea of Verstappen fans and the odd Red Bull tops here and there. But the Red Bull track is Austria's track. And the Austria's track is Red Bull's track, if you know what I mean. The Austria A1 ring, that's where we're going this weekend. And guys, it is Red Bull's home track too. So obviously it's all about Red Bull and Verstappen this weekend. And they're under pressure to win this weekend. Red Bull, it's their home place. Red Bull originated from there. Their main CEO at the time was from there. And they've got to produce a result. Now they're looking in really good fucking shape here, let's be frank. So it's always interesting to see because, you know, they really want it. And what I like about this weekend coming up, we've got another sprint shootout. Oh ho 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 ho. Yes we do. So before we get into all the details, let's take a look at last year. Last year was an interesting one. We had Charles Leclerc winning the race last year with Verstappen in second, only a second and a half behind him. So believe me guys, even though they won the championship last year, Verstappen and Red Bull, that would have stung. It really would have, because it's their home track, and believe me, I know what that's like. I used to race in Cork here in karts, and that's my home track, and if you don't win at your home track, it's a horrendous feeling. I mean, winning your home track is almost, I'm saying the key word here, almost as good as winning the championship. It's that important to drivers and teams. Now, if you've got to choose between the championship or are you winning in your home track, well, of course you're going to go for the championship. But it's such a, it's a horrendous feeling if you miss out on your home track. So, let's have a look, guys. So, 2 weeks ago, Canada, well, it was dominance by Verstappen, wasn't it? Verstappen won the race, 25 points. Alonso, I'm just looking at my chart here, guys. Alonso was 9.5 behind. Hamilton 14.1 behind. I mean, it was an interesting race, wasn't it? I mean, you can see Mercedes, they definitely got the upgrade a bit better in the car. Alonso, they've had one or two little tiny upgrades. It just hasn't been enough. Mercedes, clearly their upgrades haven't been enough. Now, look guys, I'm sounding like a broken record up here. The most important thing what you do, guys, is remember this. When the teams do have upgrades, really to make such a leap and bound ahead versus everybody else to win the championship, I mean, you're talking like, imagine your mobile phone. If you've got let's say an iPhone, and you've got an iPhone 7, okay? What you'd need to win the championship, like Mercedes now, they'd have had to have such a good upgrade. So, like the mother of all upgrades, the upgrade that ends all upgrades to change the whole year round, it would be like going from the iPhone 7 to the iPhone 14. Now, you mightn't think that's not a lot. You mightn't think that at all. But if you look at the detail and the spec and the camera focus and this and that and the speed and the reliability and the gig size, and it's night and day really. I mean, again, depending on how you use your phone, but I'm sure you get what I mean. So that's what we're looking at, guys, and they didn't have it. And look, it is very, very hard to actually really get the mother of all upgrades, the one that ends all other upgrades. I mean, they're so fucking competitive, the teams, that it ain't fucking easy. So, but look, hey, the second thing I would say to you about the upgrades is, yes, Mercedes can be strong in different tracks with the upgrade, but again, it depends on the track, because we now know that they haven't had the mother of all upgrades, okay? Let's just end that conversation now. But what we do know is they have improved, and they've improved in certain areas. So in other words, they've improved in the mid-speed to slow bends. That's what I'm seeing at the moment anyway. Now, will they do better in the long speed bends, high speed bends like Spa? Remains to be seen. So we'll see. We will see. So never get too carried away with, oh my god, Mercedes or Alonso or Verstappen, they've got an upgrade and they're kicking ass. No, that doesn't mean anything, guys. It doesn't. Because you gotta have a mix. You gotta see is the car, okay, they won because of the upgrade at the slow track. That doesn't mean they're going to win at the big track, because they could have a much better balance in the car, but they mightn't have the high speed to match the aero when it comes to a certain track like Spa, Belgium. It's a big thing to take on account. Okay, so anyway, look, let's move this on. Now, so we see Verstappen, Alonso, Hamilton in third. Now, let's look at the driver standings now. We've got Verstappen on 195. Excuse me. We've got Perez in 126. So that is what? That's 69 points. I mean, geez, that's a huge gap. Verstappen could literally sit at home for the next 2 races, literally not show up, sit on his ass, go on the piss for 2 weekends in a row, drink himself stupid, sit on the couch. In fact, he's so hungover he doesn't even watch the next 2 races. And Perez in second could win the next 2 with fastest lap, and Verstappen is still in the lead of the championship. Now, of course, Verstappen is not going to be doing that. It would be funny though, wouldn't it? He'd be like, fuck it lads, I'm staying at home this weekend. Whatever, I'm going on the fucking piss. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? But that's how good of a gap he has. Now, of course, you don't want to rest on your laurels here. You've got to extend the lead as much as you can. Get the championship sewn up as fast as possible. And Verstappen will be thinking that. Red Bull will be thinking that. And then you can relax a little bit. And yes, you still want to win races. But, hey, fuck it. If you got a championship sewn up and mechanical problems happen, well, you ain't worrying about it too much, You still want to win, don't get me wrong. So yeah, he's got a massive lead. Now, we'll just call it out again. So Verstappen on 195, Perez on 126, Alonso on 117. I mean, Alonso's hanging on in there behind Perez. The problem is, what we need here, guys, to make the championship more exciting is we need Verstappen to have a few DNFs. Did not finish. Now, if he has, it's still, we haven't even got to midway through the year yet. So all Verstappen needs is 2 DNFs. And 2 DNFs out of another, I think it's another 13 races left. It can happen. You just never fucking know. It's not looking great, but you never know. So let's move it on. What are we looking at? The Austrian Grand Prix. The A1 ring, baby. The A1 ring. So this brings back the excitement again. We got the sprint shootout, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what I love about that, so on the Friday we've got practice 1, which will only be for 1 hour. Now, and then a couple of hours later, on that Friday, we'll have the qualifying. Now, the qualifying will be for the sprint shootout. And then we'll have the sprint shootout on the Saturday at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. London time. So guys, if you're in America, that's going to be Canada, Australia, America, Canada, it's going to be about what? Oh god, heavy math here now. 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning, depending on if you're East Coast or West Coast. 9 in the morning, I think West Coast. So, no, I'm totally wrong with that. Hang on a second, guys. Jesus Christ, I can't even do math here. What's wrong with me? Okay, sprint shootout, 11 a.m. If you're in New York, that will be 6 in the morning. And if you're on the West Coast, that'll be 3 a.m. in the morning. So that's just for my listeners overseas in the States. Australia, I can't even calculate, so sorry. But it's 11 a.m. anyway, London time, GMT. Sprint race on the same day, 3:30 to 4. So guys, the great thing about the sprint is that it's a 25% race distance of a full Grand Prix. Now, what's interesting I like about the sprint race this year is that they've extended the points. So the top 8 finish and receive points. So if you finish first, you get 8 points. Finish second, you get 7. You get third, finish 6 points, and so on and so on. So it's good the fact that at least there's 8 people scoring points. What would be nice actually about the sprint shootout is that everybody would score points. But will they extend that? Hard to know. But I like the format. And I mean, even for the likes of Perez and Hamilton here, guys, right? Like there's a bit of strategy here in the sprint shootout, because what can be interesting too is that this is a chance for, let's say, Perez and Alonso could still get to the top of the championship, or at least compete for it. Even if Verstappen has got 1 or 2 DNFs, or let's say he's even got 1 DNF in a normal Grand Prix. If Perez dominates in the sprint shootout, he walks away with 8 points, and Verstappen has a spin. Right now, let's say he even finishes the race, but he finishes in 10th position. Like, Verstappen's picking up another 8 points right there. So that's the good thing about the sprint shootout. It's just that extra little bonus. Let's just rake in those extra little points here now. 8 points, 8 points, 8 points. And that can just eat away into Verstappen's lead. So I like that about the... I fucking love that about the sprint shootout. And it's a sprint. So there's no pit stops. If you've never seen it before, guys, there's no pit stops. It's you start at the green flag at the start-finish line. You go for 25% of the lap distance. It's great. And it's all or nothing. You know? You don't want to be... there's no one wanting to be, okay, I'll sit in second position here and get my 7 points. Now, for Verstappen, yes, he's okay that way. But for the likes of Perez and Hamilton, the guys chasing, they got to score as maximum points as possible. So it gives them a chance to just really, really fucking go for it in the sprint, which is great. And it's great for us watching. Now, the track itself, it's 4 kilometers long. Now, the lap record is 1:05. Now, that's in a race. Timed lap on the track. Now, when they get the lap record, guys, it is always scored in the race itself, never in qualifying or practice. It's just the way it is because the race is official, you know. So 1:05s, I would think they're probably going to be doing in qualifying probably about 102 flat, 102.2, maybe 101. So keep an eye on that. So they'll be a lot quicker in qualifying trim and practice trim than the actual race. I think this track is definitely going to be Red Bull's track. They're gonna be really fucking good at this one. Their cart is like Their car is like a cart. The way it handles, it's got a short enough wheelbase where it keeps everything together grip-wise. They've got a great balance, as you've probably seen all throughout the year. They've got great engine speed. Now, the good thing about the Red Bull ring is that Alonso and Hamilton, they're not going to have to rely so much on engine speed because it doesn't exist here. Now, you've got the DRS zones, yes, but that's only DRS. So the straights aren't long enough to really dominate or really maximize catching the guy in front. So that's a good thing too. So in other words, what I'm saying is that if you've got engine speed, you're not going to dominate. No one's just going to go piss off into the distance and good luck, right? Which sucks, right? Because, oh, he just got a good engine, fuck's sake. This is going to keep things very close. Now, I think Verstappen's going to go well. I think Alonso's going to go well here. He's got a great balance. You've probably heard me millions of times already. Broken record again. Alonso's got a great balance in the car. They do lack engine speed versus Red Bull. Excuse me. And I think that's going to help them here this weekend. It was like Monaco. I predicted that they'd go well at Monaco, and they did. I think they're going to do very well here as well. Now, the only thing that might catch him out is the DRS. So you can still gain an advantage with the DRS, but again, you have to be 1 second behind the guy in front of you, guys. So if you don't know what DRS means, guys, right? In other words, it allows the driver behind to open up his rear wing to get more engine speed. So what do I mean? So at the Austrian track, there's 2 DRS zones. So this applies for the race now. So let's say I'm racing right now today on the track, and there's a guy in front of me, and let's say Verstappen is in front. Now, if I'm under a second behind Verstappen, who's in front of me, I'm now able to use DRS. Now, if I'm over a second behind him, I'm not able to use the DRS. So what does the DRS do? See, the DRS, now guys, it's about the aerodynamics of the car. So once you're in the DRS zone, your back wing of the car opens up, okay? So in other words, to allow the wind to go through the wing, which allows the car to go faster down the straight. Now, if you probably makes sense what I'm saying, but if not, in other words, guys, it's like a wing is resistance, wind resistance, therefore you're slower down the track. You're slower through gravity, you're slower through air, the whole lot. So it's like sticking your hand out. You know, we've all done that, right? You stick your hand out of a car and you put your hand sideways, right? And there's no resistance on your hand. But then if you put out flat against the wind, your hand goes back, right? You know, especially if it's a strong wind or if you're going quicker, your hand goes back, you know what I mean? So that's what we're on about. So it's like turning your hand straight to the wind and you get less resistance. So that's exactly the same thing that happens here. And my apologies, guys. There's actually 3 DRS zones at the A1 ring. So that will definitely keep the racing a little bit more interesting, no doubt about it. And I think Verstappen will definitely have the advantage, no 2 ways about it. I think Alonso will be right up there, great balance in the car. I think Hamilton would be around roundabout. Sainz or Leclerc, in fact I'd go Leclerc more than Sainz this time. Now we'll come back to predictions in just a minute. Let's have a look if there's any latest news. Oh, actually, and by the way, guys, before I talk about latest news, kind of pissed me off there a few days ago. I was watching I have these Google alerts for any F1 news, and I actually haven't unfollowed them yet. I just couldn't be arsed. But quite honestly, I'm looking at some of the headlines, and there is so many false, as they call it, fake news Formula One web pages. It's insane, guys. There's talks of Hamilton going to Ferrari. The deal is almost done. It's almost set. Then they're going on about George Russell and Mercedes. He's getting fired in the next couple of races because Mick Schumacher is going to be jumping into that seat. Guys, that's total and utter horse shit, okay? What I would suggest you do is, 1, I hope you're listening to my podcast or I'm going to come find you and kill you. Because I'll give you the truth, guys, and I'm keeping an eye on the website, the real, official, legit website, Formula1.com. They give you the honest, raw truth. There's no fake news going on here. There's no bullshit, okay? Even if they're not sure of an article, they may write an article, but they'll even say that they're not sure. It maybe looks like, right? Whereas some of these other fucking websites out there, they're saying, oh, that's it. The deal is set. For Hamilton going to Ferrari. Like, fuck, they're just looking for headlines, guys. So listen to my podcast. I'll give you the raw truth. I'll give you the updates. Or go to Formula1.com. They're really, really good, guys, and they'll give you the most accurate information out there. So some of the news, there's not much yet, really. I mean, Williams are very, very happy with their performance so far. I mean, I always forget the guy's fucking name. Anyway, the chief guy of Williams, he's doing a very good job. And I think he's going to get the team into a good position within the next year or 2 if they keep going the way it is. I think this guy's good. I think he keeps things simple. He doesn't overcomplicate things. He treats it like a business. At the same time, he's got that racing brain in him, which is very, very good. Very good combination of both. And I think he can do well. He kind of reminds me of a Christian Horner. Now, Christian Horner didn't race that much, but he has an idea. He's got experience behind him. So you got that combination of both, it's a very, very good thing. Mick Schumacher is going to be preparing for a special drive in his father's Mercedes at Goodwood. Now, guys, if you've ever heard of Goodwood, it's a festival. You got a lot of cars there. Great venue. I mean, the track is not a racetrack, but he's going to be driving his dad's Merc there. I'd say that's going to be emotional. Fuck me. And guys, you heard about Verstappen and Red Bull, or Red Bull mainly, 100 wins in Formula 1. Guys, that is incredible achievement to get 100 wins. Quite honestly, I actually thought it would have been more at this stage, but they haven't been in it long enough to have more yet. So they're doing quite well. And hey, Jesus, Mercedes kicked ass for 7 years in a row, so it's going to be hard to compete with that, you know. Verstappen, he's equals Senna's race wins. Now, guys, don't get me wrong, it's a phenomenal achievement, right? It's incredible, brilliant achievement. Hamilton's over 100 wins, amazing, right? But they're not amazing either, okay? You've got to put this into perspective. Now, I'm a huge Ayrton Senna fan. He's my man. He is my number one of all time. What we have to remember, guys, and let's put this into perspective, it is great, okay? But don't be getting carried away with who's better than who or who's one of the greats of all time. Hamilton won his championships, the best car, the best team, by a mile. Now, Senna, back in the day, had about 2 years of the same thing too. Okay, so I'm not throwing people under the bus or not sour grapes or not bitter here. Senna had too. But back in those days, it was a lot easier for the drivers to outshine other drivers in cars because they were more mechanical. They weren't as technology based, right? And to be fair to Hamilton and Verstappen's of the world, these days it's harder to see their talent because the technology has overpassed driver talent almost at this stage, you know? And these days as well, it's so obvious. Like, for Hamilton to get over 100 wins, like I said, phenomenal. It's unbelievable, right? But guys, if that was Ayrton Senna or Prost or fucking anyone, Hakkinen, someone less as good as them back in the day, Schumacher, Schumacher's not as bad, but what I'm saying is, there's a lot more races now than back in the day. Whereas the likes of Senna and Prost and Schumacher, these guys had probably 13 to 14 rounds in a year. Now we're up to 23 races in a year. So like for the likes of Hamilton to get his 100, it's not that he's such a genius, okay? Let's just calm down a small bit, alright? It's because there's been more rounds in a year. So if you're dominating in a year, Hamilton can potentially win 23 wins in a year versus Senna's 13 in a year. Like, do we see the difference? There's almost double the amount of races in a year now as it was back in the day. So I'm not taking away anything from Hamilton or anyone else in this generation, guys, okay? Please don't think that. I'm just trying to say, let's not get carried away with who the greatest is, because that's when it does start to piss me off. When people start to say, oh, he's the greatest of all time, when people don't actually look at the information and actually what's really going on in the background, and they're just assuming because they're ignorant, they don't look at what happened back in the day versus now. That shit pisses me off. So anyway, I'm having my little rant. So, okay, I'm done. But hey, on a good note, Verstappen 41 Grand Prix, it's great. Now, there's no way I'm just going to say one last thing. There's no way he would have ever got close to 41 if he was back in Senna's day. Alright? There's no way. But at the same time, Verstappen on 41 Grand Prix, I mean, I'd be in tears right now. I'd be in tears like, oh my god, I've equaled Senna's record. And I'd also have a very big hole in my heart. I'm not joking, you guys. I'm not fucking joking, because I know what it's like to be a race driver. And I've had wins where I've won and I knew I deserved them because I was the best on the track. Whereas I've had a couple of other wins where some other guy actually, well, crashed off in front, and fair enough. Guy makes a mistake in front of you. Well, hey, I kept it on the track. You take the race win. But there's that little voice in your head saying, we just weren't fast enough this weekend. You know? And you can't get fucking carried away with the race win. You gotta look at, did our progression, did our work ethic deserve the win? And can we improve? You know? Anyway, rant over. So let's look at the predictions. Oh, God. I'm always getting my predictions wrong, guys, aren't I? Jesus. At the start of the year, I was getting really good ones. I'm kind of, I suppose, a bit of mix, a bit of combination of both, really, aren't I? Okay, predictions for the Austrian Grand Prix. I'm going to say now, how are we going to start this? I think will we just keep it to the Grand Prix itself, because we could go on and on here all day on this one. Okay, so as you know, well, maybe some of you guys know or not, wherever you finish for the sprint, you get your 8 points, etc. down and down. Yeah, we'll just stick to the Grand Prix, okay? We'll stick to the Grand Prix. Okay, so for the Grand Prix, the main Grand Prix, I'm going to say Verstappen for the win. I'm going to say Perez second. They'll want a 1-2 finish this weekend, believe you me. They'll want a 1-2. And I'm going to go Alonso third. Now, let's go back into the, if I'm the racing driver, what do I do? Okay, so my strategy for this weekend if I'm Verstappen. Well, I'm just going to go out, finish in the sprint shootout on the front row minimum. Okay, I want to obviously win the sprint, of course. If I'm going to get it on, if I'm finishing second in the sprint, I'm not going to be too worried. Because I'm on the front row. And you know what? If I'm Verstappen, if Perez overtakes me in the first corner for the race, or whoever overtakes me, I'm going to try and maybe pass them if I get a chance, Grant. I'm not going to push it though. I'll just sit in second. That's okay. I've got such a huge fucking gap in the championship anyway. There's no need to do risky, stupid fucking moves here. So what I'll try and do is I'll try and get him in the pit stop. Now, it's a huge weekend for them, so they'll really want to win this one. But I'm still not going to be risking everything if I'm Verstappen here. You got to keep your eye on the prize, the big one, the championship. So I think they'll try and overtake. Again, now, if they're not in the lead, they'll try and overtake in the pit stops. If they don't, if they have to finish second, well then, fuck it, they'll finish second, and that's it, job done. If I'm Perez this weekend, well, it's all out. It's all out. I can't afford to be fucking around in second, third, fourth position. Like, literally, guys, there's no need for it. I have to win the fucking race. I'm going to go out and win the sprint shootout. I'm going to go win the big race itself. I have to have 2 wins this weekend. No other option. And that's it. Right? This whole, oh, well, if I finish second this weekend and I finish third. Yeah, of course it's getting you points. But you got to be making some moves here, pal. Now, if I'm Alonso, I've got a bit of a slippy slope to climb here if I'm Alonso. Like, they've got the speed, they've got they're the second fastest team, we can say. Do they have the pace to win? I think they're going to be close to the Red Bull. I don't think they've got the pace to outpace them this weekend. I really don't. And guys, you know, Alonso's my boy. I love him and I want him to win, but I just don't see it happening unless something happens to them. Now, if I'm Alonso, what's my strategy? I'm going to go with trying to qualify or to finish in the top 3 would be okay. Top 3 in the sprint. I'm going to go for second if I can. Or hey, even the win. But I wouldn't be looking at it as, well, can we get the win? Maybe, maybe not. But at least I'll try and get onto the front row. That would be my goal. Get on the front fucking row. And if I can get on the front row in the sprint, and then if I'm starting on the front row for the race itself, the main race, I'm going to try and get the lead on the first lap and keep it. Now, I would say I'm going to go on hard tires if I'm Alonso. I want to go a longer strategy. Hopefully the Red Bull boys will jump into the pit lane as I'm going, and I just continue on, try and gain some distance, a gap. Hopefully the Red Bulls, when they re-enter the track again, then they'll actually get held up somewhere. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see. So guys, it'll be an interesting race, and believe me, it'll be very exciting to watch. Trust me. just the sheer amount of Verstappen fans that will be there this weekend is insanity. The amount of orange smoke, it's going to be fucking insane. So guys, we'll be back on Monday morning with the reaction of the Austrian Grand Prix. Stay safe everybody and enjoy. Bye bye.